guys, one thing you have to do is stop believing everything you see on the internet. One myth that I've seen on the internet is that implants feel fake. I want to dispel that rumor because dental implants, to be exact of what they are, it's actually a titanium screw that goes into the bone. You can't see it. You can't feel it. Once it's in place there forever. So there's no way it can feel fake because it's actually in the bone. It actually is a replica of your root of your tooth. It feels natural. Another rumor or myth I want to dispel is that dental implants are very painful. There's very minimal discomfort when you come to a dental office. What we do first and foremost is we make sure you're comfortable, whether that's with nitrous oxide, whether that's with giving you some Valium, or even putting you to sleep completely. Usually there's very little to no discomfort. Another rumor or myth I want to dispel is that dental implants don't last long. With dental implants, once we place that titanium screw in your bone, what happens is it integrates. It integrates with the bone, and it actually firmly places itself like anything in the body, and it cannot be removed, meaning that it's more difficult to extract an implant than it is to extract a tooth. Listen, there are so many rumors and myths out there about dental implants, but the best way I can answer your questions is if you just give us a call. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling today? Listen, I had a good day today. I went walking with my man. We went talking. I went to visit my baby girl. And what else did I do? I cooked for my man. I had a long day today. But you know what? I'm going to start going live and talking about the things I like to talk about. Now, y'all know Married to Medicine is over. I'm so sad. You know what I'm saying? It does not come on tonight. We've had our 3-part reunion. It's done. From what I'm hearing, we may start filming really soon. They have not given us a set date yet, but that's coming. And y'all know I'm going to tell you, right? So anyway, listen. So I want to talk about this China stuff. Now, this is my dilemma, and y'all help me with this, and I want y'all to help me with some questions because this is going to be a dialogue. This is going to be a conversation. And one thing I learned is that I went to public school. So in public school, and mainly an inner city school, they teach you what to think. They teach you what to think. In fact, they're training your mind to be a worker. They're training your mind to be a worker. And the rich people are in control of the curriculum, not just in grade school, not just in high school, but in undergrad as well. That's why they buy the buildings. We talked about all this at Dr. Heavenly University. So they can control the curriculum, right? So in this world, who can we trust? Who can we depend on to give real facts and information? I don't know. We got to figure that out. We got to figure out where can we get real facts and real information because we don't know what's true or what's not in this world, right? However, I'm talking about China. Now, everybody already know Trump has done a lot of things. The issue with Donald Trump and what he's doing, and I'm being very, I'm not going to be for Trump or against Trump. I'm just going to make conversation, okay? The things he's doing for me, and I'm thinking for myself, this is just me thinking I don't know a whole lot about politics, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to start learning because it interests me, right? What is his end game? What is his end game? Is his game just to dismantle everything that's caused confusion and destruction of everything in the United States and in the world? Or does he have a plan? Was his plan to manipulate the markets? Because that's what they're accusing him of. What is his end game? My question has always been, if you're going to start a fight with Toya, don't start a fight with Contessa and Simone and Quad too. Find one person, find one country and start with them and then fix it. Like, to me, you have to have a game plan. And to me, I can't see it. But see, the problem is this. These elitist people never really felt like they needed to give us a reason or give us an explanation of what they're doing, because it might be something. God, I just can't see somebody doing all of this without a firm reason for doing it. Y'all help me with this, okay? I see questions already in the chat, right? So we know about the tariffs, right? And most people don't even know what a tariff is, but the 45 version is a tariff. Tariff is like a tax. It's like a tax or an expense added to imports and exports, right? So I don't know why our main function is on China, because they're saying that they were doing or getting over in the United States. Now, is that true? I don't know. Probably so, maybe so. But does China need us more than we need China? The whole thing about this is when you're doing something, when I'm running a business, right? I have to be very humble and pick and choose my battles. And I have to think about things before I do them that would be detriment to my business. You got to be humble, right? Or somebody will knock you down and make you humble. I don't care who you are, what business you are in. You have to be humble, right? Sometimes you have to bow down. Sometimes you have to do the smart thing. Now, as far as the tariffs are concerned, we see that China has came back with a plan. To me, a well-constructed plan. Now, is it me, or is they saying F the United States and we don't give a damn about you? Because we was doing fair business with you. You might not have thought it was fair, but it was fair in our eyes because we didn't have to do it. There's a tension between the trade, right? Okay, and I can tell you, y'all already know what Trump doing. Trump has put up, 125%? He didn't start there, right? But now it's at 125% with China, and now he's doing different tariffs with different countries based on, I don't know who he liked, or based on what they charged us. I don't know, but he's putting tariffs on all these different countries at the same damn time, which does not make sense to me, but who am I? Give me some method to the madness, but they're not explaining this. Trump is saying a whole lot on Twitter or whatever avenue he does now, or whatever it's called, truth, whatever. But he's really not giving us a detailed explanation from what I can see on what he's doing with these tariffs. But let's see the response. The trade war, right? We put 145% tariffs on Chinese goods. Now, the people say it's only going to affect Walmart and people like Amazon. To me, that's pretty big because that's the only places we really shop from, Amazon, and they say small other countries, dollar store and stuff like that. But to me, that's huge because Amazon, even though we don't really Target, they felt us. Target felt us. But Target really wasn't ever really a concern because Target was too damn high from the beginning. Target, you really don't need Target because you got Walmart and Amazon. But now when we messing with Walmart and Amazon, now it looks like the goal is to do domestic transactions, right? To make stuff American made in our country and force people to buy, sell, and buy and sell and manufacture stuff here in the United States. Is there a method to the madness? Because first of all, we started with immigration, right? We started taking all these people out. 900 million people. How many people in the world? I mean, how many people in the United States? About 250 million, something like 341 million, something like that. Okay. 341 million. Y'all look it up. Okay. So if we're taking millions of people out as immigration, well, then he stopped that. He said, hey, the farmers need their people. Didn't y'all think about this before y'all did it? Like, okay, so if we're going to start having America manufacture their own goods, right? Who can work in the manufacturing companies? Because y'all done got rid of the people. I can't even find my lawn man right now. I can't find him. Was he taken back on a ice? Did ice get him? I don't understand the method to the madness. Like, why would you do immigration? Now you're doing a trade war. Now is it by design? Is it by design to F up the world? Y'all give me some answers in here, some questions, some answers or something. But I'm going to just give y'all an overlook of what's going on, okay? 145% on Chinese goods. China has implemented tariffs reaching 125% on American imports. That means that if you work for agriculture, that's who is probably going to hurt the worst. And in different companies, they can't export their goods without a tariff. So that's going to hurt a lot of American-made companies, right? People who voted for Trump, they wasn't expecting this. They wasn't waiting to lose their federal jobs. And now they're exporting stuff. This interests y'all because it really does me. And I'm going to do a blog on this and what's going on in the world just because we need a down-home explanation of what's going on using common sense, right? Because now we learn we can't believe what we see on TV. Half this shit is AI. We can't believe what the people are telling. So you got to find a source that you can believe and that you trust. It ain't got no skin in the game, which is me. That will just tell you what I think based on thinking and actually looking at, not hearing what's coming out of people's mouths, but you got to look at the stuff in writing. You got to look at the bills. You got to look at the stuff, because people will tell you any old damn thing. And I'm not just saying Republicans, I'm saying all around the world. Okay. So now we got 125% tariffs on Chinese imports, which is our exports. So the people here, agriculture, whoever, are going to hurt. Okay, so now they're saying regulatory actions. China is conducting an antitrust investigation and to restrict U.S. companies within its border. I don't know who got companies within the border, but I'm thinking like maybe these big corporations, right, would have businesses within the borders of China, because if the Chinese people work for less and they're manufacturing the goods that you need, why not put a little business in China so then you can export and import inside of China, being American people? So now they're putting a restriction on the operation of U.S. business, U.S. companies inside the borders of China. Okay. How do you say this man's name? Xi Jinping is strengthening the economic ties with Southeast Asian nations, offering infrastructure, investments, and trade partnerships to counterbalance the U.S. influence. So basically, they got a game plan. Do you hear what I just said? They got a game plan to counterbalance our influence with them. So they're now making connections with other countries. Now, we're doing the same thing. But however, if you look at the countries that Trump is doing, he's actually still putting a tariff out there. And wait a minute. But then he says, after somebody told him, it's like, none of this stuff was planned out. Somebody told him. So yesterday, day before yesterday, whenever it was, he put a pause for 90 days for trade negotiations with everybody outside of China, because he raised everybody, Venezuela, all the other countries. So now he's saying, oh, wait a minute, I messed up. Let me give y'all 90 days. We're going to negotiate this out, right? So now it looks like to me, both China and the United States are trying to make good with other people in the nation, right? That looks what it looks like, right? But what got me was I was on TikTok today. This is what got me to talk about all of this on TikTok, because I was like, what the hell is going on? Because I knew that it was against the law to sell or even take out of the country counterfeit goods, right? Counterfeit goods. They were saying you can't even travel, you'll go to jail. I know selling them here, counterfeit goods. If you did buy them, you buy them from the basement in the backyard of the thing and try to get them. There's people that can get counterfeit goods the same, but now they're not legalizing it, but they're turning their eye to it, because obviously on TikTok, they selling damn Hermes purses, $38,000 purses, $38,000 purses for $1,000, saying that you can go in China for 240 hours, 10 days, and with no visa, come over there and shop. And not only can you shop, they give you a tax credit, tax deduction. They're gonna refund you on the income tax portion of it. Who going to China? Are y'all going to China for this shit? Because y'all say the eggs is high. I don't know. But my whole thing is, I do think, I got to think, the United States ain't just the whole world. The whole world, they're giving a visa to come inside China for 10 days and just shop. You can buy a Chanel bag, buy a Hermes bag. Y'all in Toya. You know what? The Hermes bag for $38,000, bitch, we can get the same one in China for $1,000. The only thing it does not have is the logo. It's the same stitching. It's the same material, because they saying they made it. They make it and then they send it to Italy or wherever. And Italy just stamp they logo on it and send it on out. But now, wait a minute. If they're turning their eyes to counterfeiting, I'm believing that they're going to counterfeit and put that logo on there anyway. It's the same damn thing. The same thing. So now, what do you think about all the people that bought those purses as investments? Yeah, Trump, yeah, bucking up the thing, because they're not thinking long term. I think that they're just doing impulse. You know what I'm saying? Impulse thinking, okay, we don't like China, so we about to get it. He's not doing what I say. So I'm saying F China, and China's saying that we got let's see who got the biggest balls. Now the problem is This is the problem. I'm going to just say it and I'm going to take it back. The problem is if y'all had a woman in office, a woman would not be so much on the ego, I don't think. I think the woman would look at things logically and not try to say right away what I'm going to do. Think about the outcome and the repercussions of what could happen if I do these things. Okay, if I do a trade war with China, how would that affect our people? Because they can't send their stuff out either. Because think about it, if they do a trade, a tariff on exports, and we got a tariff on imports, that's going to hurt a lot of different people. But the goal is, they're saying the goal is so people can buy, sell, manufacture in the United States. The only issue I have with that, and it's just my man thinking, I don't know nothing, right? We all gonna get all these people to damn it work, because I done had a beauty supply store, and I promise you the biggest issue was getting people to work. Minimum wage, don't get to quoting me because I ain't been on me. Minimum wage is like $7.25, correct? Tell me if I'm telling a lie. They trying to move it up to $17 an hour, right? In my beauty supply store, and I ain't talking about nobody, I'm just telling you facts. I don't have anything against anyone in the world, but these people did not have any kind of training. They didn't have any kind of experience. They didn't have any kind of $17. They'll tell you to kiss their ass and climb a tree for $17. They're not coming into work. They're not coming in on time. If they don't feel like it today, they're not coming. Now, the issue with, not issue, I'm not going to say issue, that's the wrong word. With education, and a lot of people are saying when you get educated, the people, the millennials who got educated are not finding the jobs, they're not getting the work, and a lot of people are living on the poverty level with education. My thought process is, even if you do get an education, you still got to work. I feel like a lot of people, don't at me, don't get mad at me, don't want to work. In a sense of, I'm seeing a lot of young people saying, my children included, if I'm not happy on my job, I will not do a job that I'm unhappy in. My problem is that grandmama did a job she wasn't happy in. Mama did a job for a while. She wasn't happy until she could do better. So my thought process is, what all is going on in the world, and I'm looking at Georgia law exclusively, or more intricately, they gonna start trying to make Brother Tuckers get a job. From what I'm hearing, and I'm talking to the people, they're saying that your SNAP benefits are going to be discounted, if not cut out altogether. That's EBT. You know, I just learned what EBT was. EBT, food stamps, all that kind of stuff is being shut down because they're gonna go by income levels, right? But they're saying so many people have been on Section 8. I don't know about federally, I'm talking about state. And so they're gonna try to limit the years that you're gonna be on Section 8. They're going to try to limit the amount of food stamps you get if you're able-bodied to work. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Do you think that people should work if they're able-bodied? I mean, if you ask me, I worked when I had kids. So is it wrong for somebody to say, hey, you know what? I got kids. I want to stay home with my kids. And I don't feel like I should work. I should be able to take advantage of the food stamps, the Medicaid. I should be able to take advantage of the SNAP benefits and all that. It depends on who you are and where you're from. Now, I will say this. A lot of people still can't make ends meet working. So they do need the assistance. However, should there be systems in place to prevent people from taking advantage? I don't know. So the people that really need the help can get it. I don't know. Because a lot of people are saying, like, okay, for example, Section 8. People are waiting on Section 8. And there are people that have been on Section 8 that are able-bodied to work, that stay on Section 8 10, 20 years if they're allowed to. Mind you, Section 8 was designed, I'm assuming, for people who could not take care of themselves, i.e. the disabled, mentally, physically. I don't know how I got here, but all I want to talk about is the trade war, and China said F us, okay? So at the end of the day, not only are they saying that they're increasing the tariffs, they're turning their blind eye on counterfeit. So the China people on TikTok right now, if you go on TikTok, they selling Gucci, they selling Louis, they selling Hermes, all them purses for $1 on a dime. I saw the Louis Vuitton purse is $99. The Hermes purse, they showed you how they stitch it because they're making it there. And then they're sending it over to Italy or wherever. And then Italy is putting their logo on it and then charging you $38,000 for a purse that really they're charging $1,000. So not only that, I just said they're giving you 240 hours to go over to China with no visa, nothing. Just get you a flight over there on Spirit Airlines or however the hell you can get over there. 10 days without a visa and go shopping. And they selling all this stuff directly to people, not just in the United States, but all over the world to counteract the tariffs so people don't lose money. So now, what is the United States doing to protect their people? I don't know. They may be doing something, but I don't see it as readily as I see what the Chinese people are doing for their people. What y'all think about that? They're giving tax refund incentives, okay? Refund taxes, right? They say China offers point of sale tax refunds, making shopping more appealing for international visitors. E-commerce. That's what we're seeing on TikTok, right? They got a version of TikTok called Douyin. That's Douyin, has become a significant platform for e-commerce, integrating live stream. And I'm seeing this live stream on TikTok, so I don't know if it's integrated with TikTok, but they're live on TikTok right now. Go on TikTok right now. They selling all them damn persons, the pretty ones. And they say, oh, you want pink? We got pink. What you want? And the people texting them, and some kind of way they getting them to us. Now, if you got a tariff on what you can import and export, get these. I don't know. I don't understand. The model is being replicated in the international market, including the U.S., to promote Chinese products globally. So, what's the man's name? The president, the ruler of China, is protecting his people. Is Donald Trump protecting his people? I don't know. Tell me. You tell me. I see him protecting the rich. I see the manipulation of the market. I see the market go way, way down. But my thought process and what we always learned through Dr. Heavenly University is when the market go down like that overnight, now it's time to find all your pennies and quarters and every dime you got to put back in Apple because you know it ain't going nowhere. That's what I would do. I was always saying a safe investment is real estate. Real estate now, the interest rates are higher. They're not high as hell because they've been 10% before. Right now, I think the interest rates right now are like 5-6%. They ain't nowhere near the 2% it was, but it probably never be 2% again. So real estate, you have to look at it. If the interest rate is higher, the price of the house should be lower. That's my thought. So real estate, you can never go wrong with real estate because it's never going to go down to zero. They say export controls. China is leveraging its dominance in certain supply chains by imposing an export restriction on critical materials. Now, let me tell you a story about critical materials, and I don't think this is even made in China, but really it might be made in China and then sent to Germany. I told y'all I just got a Maybach truck. Now, don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. I lost both keys. I got 2 keys to my Maybach, right? Lost both keys. I think I lost one in New York. I think it fell out of my car or somebody's car or something. I lost the other one. Don't ask me how, but it's a 2025 truck, right? Lost both keys. Go down to Mercedes. I know they're going to charge me $700. No, they said $1,100 to replace it. They can't get the part right now. They can't get the part to replace the key on my Maybach truck. And I'm telling them, Brother Tucker, I'm not paying for this. If I can't drive my car, I'm going to bring it back up there and sit it there. So what they did to appease me was they gave me another truck. It's still a GLS. I think it's a 450, not the 680 I had, but it's still a decent truck. So they gave me a truck to drive till they figure it out and try to get my key. So this trade war stuff is affecting a lot of different things and a lot of different people in ways y'all not even thinking about, right? Now China, just like the United States, but I don't know who likes who better. China is trying to make global alliances, right? In response to the U.S. trade policies, China is seeking to strengthen its alliances with other nations based on promoting a rules-based global trade system and positioning itself as a stable trade partner. Now, mind you, just think about this for a second. Now, they're trying to position themselves as a trade partner with everywhere else in the world, right? Mind you, Donald Trump and the United States, us, have put trade tariffs on different countries like Venezuela, 25%. Don't quote me, but tariffs on all these countries, right? So now it didn't piss these countries off. But then as of yesterday, day before yesterday, they said, okay, well, since we see this ain't going our way, we put a 90-day pause to the tariffs so we can negotiate favorable rates for everybody in the world. So they trying to position themselves, but they done already pissed these people off by putting the tariffs out there in the first place. So y'all help me with this. China does not give a damn. They selling basically, okay, the money we was making for y'all, what do we need from y'all? We need nothing. Y'all need us. And the Chinese people making fun of our asses. They got fat, greasy people in the factories working. They doing videos talking about us. What do we have over here that we got from the United States? Not a damn thing. What y'all getting from us? Walmart. We got I ain't gonna say Target because we don't mess with Target, but Target, Amazon. Y'all know y'all order stuff from Amazon. Don't even tell no lie. If that affects the price of everything, knowing the eggs are already high. Back to my main question, and I'm going to shut up for a minute. I'm going to look at a couple of questions. What was the game plan? I mean, I get the game plan because you want people to do, you saying you want people to buy America and do American manufacturers rather than putting it out in other countries. But was this thought out when you don't have the employees? Okay, maybe y'all gonna have enough robots in 2027. Okay, but why mess with all these countries? Why send immigrants back when you know you need employees? At least to train, I don't know. To me, the world is going to hell on a handbag, and I don't understand how it's going on. And I'm trying to figure out what I can do. Because I ain't the person that's just gonna put a whole lot of problems out there. I like to come up with solutions. What can I do to help? And I think we're powerful. Our voices are powerful. Because the first thing I saw when Target said DEI and they weren't hiring any more DEI, and DEI does not mean unqualified. And Damon Camps told y'all that on Married to Medicine. It does not. A lot of people that got in through DEI was the best of the best. They just happen to look like us. What can we do as our voice of people? What can we do to help our people? That's the question there. Because at the end of the day, we gonna survive. We survivors. But I think that a lot of times our people are not even paying attention at least to figure out how to do better in this world, how to excel right now, and how to take advantage of what's going on in this world to the benefit of our families, our legacy, and our people. So I'm gonna take a couple of questions here, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all going to China, y'all? I'm gonna go here. Trump wants the world leaders to come begging to him for relief. And it's an ego. Eve, you got it. It's an ego trip because Kamala wouldn't have done it. Any woman, I'm not saying woman, but I'm saying woman. It ain't ego when it comes to the world. But if you always lived a certain way and you've never been poor, I've been poor, and you never seen that side of life, then you really don't have empathy, or even the people say you out of touch with the world. Because you don't care if the world suffers for the greater good of the people or whatever you're trying to do, because your ass ain't got to suffer. So living the life of Donald Trump with a silver spoon from the very beginning gives you a certain type of ego that they feel like they don't even got to explain to us what their end game is. That's my problem with it. Like, okay, I see what you're trying to do, but how you going to get there and how long it's going to take and what's your fact and what if this happened and what if that happened? What we going to do? Come on now, you somebody. So, come on, somebody. If you buy over there, you can bring it into us. You know people finna do that. Go down there to the flea markets down there because they got them. They got them flea markets down there, and I know good and damn well you can go in the back of the thing and get them real purses that's smuggled in here some kind of way. I know people do them. So yes, the people that buy this shit has a way of bringing it back. If somebody could smuggle freaking cocaine over here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all saw the movie with Denzel Washington. If you could smuggle the drugs over, you know you can go over there and get 1,000, 100,000 purses, and then spread them out to different flea markets, and y'all get Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, whatever you want. Hermes, baby, ain't no problem. You got the orange ones. That's the same fucking stitching. And then I'm saying if they turn their back on counterfeiting, they gonna put the logo on there too. So you're not gonna be able to tell Toya's Stormy purse from my Stormy purse because it's gonna be the same fucking thing. It's the same thing because the same people making it. What you think? I don't know. Not safe to buy foreign right now. I bet you Brother Tucker's is going to buy it because it's worth it to them. If you can get a $38,000 purse, now they telling you can go over there for 5 days, no visa, buy all the shit you want, $38,000 purse for $1,000. Even if you sell it for 10, you made a hell of a profit, and you ain't had to go to dental school and spend 8 years in college and undergrad and college and residency and all that to make it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you a point about that. All them people that went over to Columbia to get them $5,500 veneers, they coming straight to me to get that shit fixed, and it's costing way more than $1,500, $5,500 to correct it. And then they losing teeth, they hurting, they breath smell like dookie. You get what you pay for. I don't even know how I got here, but do not go out the country for no teeth because you think it's cheaper. You get what you pay for. Those people do not have the regulations to do the things that I do. But anyway, I ain't even there. Okay. Colombians and Chinese during wars, they smuggled this return dead bodies. Okay, yeah, we learned that on the thing. Okay, let's see. These countries banding together because it is. But together is it. BRICS and the crumbling of the dollar. Get it? But so if that's the case, and we know BRICS, we learned that in Dr. Heavenly University, Great Britain, I can tell you China and all of them together. They sticking together, right? And they're going to crumble the dollar, right? Is Trump in on it? Because to me, it looked like he helping them. Is that, you know what I'm saying? We know this part. But to me, if we already knew this, they were trying to crumble the dollar. Look like to me, this administration is helping them. So are they in on the game? Because me using my head, I don't know anything. For you to start all this disruption from day one of your office and then go play golf. Help me understand. Help me understand. Because we learned all that at Dr. Heavenly University. The lady from cryptocurrency, if you ain't got no Bitcoin, you might want to get some. I'm not telling you this going to end all be all. I'm telling you to stay diversified and have some of everything. Get the XRP, get some, if you can afford it, get you some real estate, pay it off because we don't know what's about to happen. And they say right now, commercial property is worth more than residential right now because of whatever. But they say Russia quiet because he Trump best friend. We haven't heard anything from Russia, have we? I can go over there and get a house full of furniture for $10,000 and ship it back. You're right, Devontae. You're right. But to me, Trump is so petty, he probably going to prevent you from being able to ship it back or have a problem shipping back from certain countries. That's my thought. I don't know. Most of Jen Shah's back. See, I know Jen Shah. I think it's from Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I don't know the story. Were fake, according to the FBI. They took inventory when she went into jail to help pay back victims. So what you're saying is they tried to use her bags to pay it back, and then they realized it was fake. Is that what you're saying? They have noticed that Russia has been very quiet. They have been. Thank you for that, y'all. Trump didn't think about the many manufacturers in China versus the USA. He's not right. But to me, is anybody advising him? Because not Trump. China is saying that they're not allowing American corporations in their country, on their borders. So now all the people that are over there, there gotta be some American big corporations over there that are making stuff because the Chinese people working for dime the dollar. They're working for 10 cents on the dollar. You know what I'm saying? And they trained that way, brainwashed that way to work that way. The problem is y'all couldn't brainwash any more people. And I don't know how people survive without working. I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I don't know. For me, I would have got a job till I got another job. Even when I had an undergraduate degree, I couldn't find a job. So I did substitute teaching because, they called you in the morning if they had a gig, and then I had another job. So if I couldn't work that job or I had another job, I had 2-3 jobs coming up. Then I was like, shit, I don't want to do this. So let me go get, and never downplay. And I'm going to do a whole vlog about this. Never downplay education, because education is the key to every freaking thing. And I'm telling you that education, somebody said it best. I saw it on Twitter somewhere. Education did not become a downplay to the Black women got it, because we lead in education and entrepreneurship. Now they're saying education ain't the key. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Get that education. It means something. Get your education is something that you can use and utilize to put yourself in a position that you are different from the rest. Everybody can't do dentistry. Everybody can't do nursing. Everybody can't do physical therapy and stuff like that. Something you have to have a license for. Now, if you're going to get a degree in art or science, unless you Michelangelo, that might not be the best, thing. But if you're going to get education, get your education is something that nobody else can do. And you set. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it does not affect his family or his people he cares about at all. That's why you got to put people in the office that care. I'm scared to order anything now. Don't be scared. What you scared of? They're not going to come for you, Lynette. The net 19 ain't gonna come for you. You better try to get it while you can. Shit, that's why I was like, and I wish I would have done more. I knew better, but I was so busy with other things that when that interest rate was 2%, I should have brought more homes. Now, the problem is the housing prices were higher, but shit, you could have got some foreclosures for 2%. But I'm glad I brought some houses. Like, I got a house right out there now on the lake, and I ain't been in that house in a year. And since we filmed in that house, I haven't been there. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but diversify. Get you some Bitcoin, get you some XRP, get you some real estate if you can. And we all got to be, you know what I mean, really smart with what we're doing. But now, you get what you pay for. Now, you ain't going to go over there to Columbia and get no $5,500 veneers because you're going to be right back to me. Them shit's chipping off and all that. And y'all coming over. Then you got to fly back over there. It's so much going on. We knew the value of a dollar was going down. It's going to continue to go down. But all of this stuff is prophesied. All this stuff is in the Bible, a world currency. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be that. You know that. It's going to be the mark of the beast. Y'all know that. I ain't even going to try to go there with y'all because y'all might not want to hear it. But there's a method to this madness. And that's why I say get in your Bibles, start praying, asking God for forgiveness, asking God to help you, because everything that's happening is supposed to happen. And we have no control over the things, but we can actually pray. We can have a voice, and we can try to have hope, encourage other people. Don't get sad. And we as the people, we don't do this anyway. Don't get sad. You know, the rich white people that lost $20 million when the Great Depression happened, you know, them rich people were killing themselves. We ain't gonna do that because we done been poor before. And you know what I'm saying? We know how to survive. One thing about our people is we can survive. Now, we might talk about each other, whatever, but I think that deep down, we will help one another and we will survive. So I'm going to end it on that. Survive, pray, look at what's going on. And I'm going to try to be more of a voice to keep y'all informed, because I can give a damn one way or the other. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to try to get information from solid sources. You know what I'm saying? And don't at me because, you know, everybody make mistakes, and media is just that. But solid sources to keep our people informed. That's my goal, to keep our people informed. Now, with that information, I gotta entertain y'all, because y'all ain't gonna watch the shit, because I ain't got but 1,000 people in here. But if I was talking about marriage and medicine, some bullshit about King and Dr. G, it'd be 6,000 people in here. But I want to educate our people and keep talking about it because, first of all, I like to talk. Second of all, I feel it's our obligation to put out good stuff when we put out negative stuff with reality TV. Thirdly, this stuff just interests me, and I want to see how it plays out because I find it very, 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 very interesting. I thank y'all for watching, and I'm gonna keep coming back. Usually I come on Monday nights, but hey, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. After you subscribe, you still got to hit that notification bell. That way you know every time I go live. I'm going to start getting more structured. I'm going to put stuff together, and I'm calling it Heavenly Hacks, where I tell y'all new things about what y'all can do, and I'm going to find out about grants, scholarships, money you can get for businesses, that kind of stuff. And I think that'll help our people. And, you know, I'm continuing Dr. Heavenly University on a dental platform, teaching doctors how to do implants, and on a business platform as well. So it's a lot coming from Dr. Heavenly. Y'all stay tuned. I love you guys, and continue to keep your head up and keep yourself informed. And I'm going to help y'all. Y'all have a good night. Okay.